Hey all, 118 SHJO here. BCS season has finally started, with California being the first regional that we got over this weekend. And we're still on day 2, but Standard has already completed as of day 1, and from what I've heard so far, there have been some pretty interesting results. And the biggest surprise that I heard was that there was a Gravidia Nordlinger mask deck. Not just for regular Gravidia Nordlinger, but apparently the mask deck made it into the top 32, so wanted to see where some of those cards are at today, amongst some other things. So starting with that, Gravidia Mask is a card from set 12 and has notoriously been known as the worst mask unit that we've ever had up to this point. I mean, its price also reflects upon that, being it's still underneath 50 cents, both market and base price, and it's got 38 listings on the market. And I remember when I picked up a few of these, I think they were only 5 to 15 cents when I picked them up, and someone was just trying to clear them out. And then there's the FFR as well, which currently has 3 listings available, starting from around $14, and the market price is about $14.50 as well. Some of the bigger cards that you need to have for Gravidia as well include the Meteor cards from set 3 and 4. Set 3 brings Neatness Meteor Shower, which also has a promo version. I can't remember exactly where it comes from, but I believe it was a tournament shop promo at one point. In that case, though, the regular one and the promo one are both around $1 to pick up. Remember, when it comes to Neatness Meteor Shower, this is one of those cards where you can play more than 4 copies. You're able to play up to 16 copies in your deck. There's also an SP version that comes out of set 3 at $10 right now. The market price is currently 3-ish, and there are only 5 listings there. But there are still plenty of listings available when it comes to the common and the promo. There's also Falling Hell Hazard, which is the meteor that can count as 2 meteors. This one comes out of set 4, and only comes out of set 4. It has a rare, a holo, and an SP, where the rare and the holo are both under $1 market price and base listing, and they've got over 20 listings apiece available. But the SP is closer to $10 and has 8 listings available right now. That was just an interesting thought, though, to see that Gravidia actually made it up there in this current format. Interested to see what the deck list is going to be. Sagacious Schemer, going into Festival 2024 a little bit. Some of these, I don't know how we refer to them. I would just say the order pairs. Sagacious Schemer is a unit that can pull out an order from the deck for Soul Blast 1, a specific one. In this case, it's Game of the Underworld. But right now, this double rare is currently at 6 listings and 50 cents for its base price, but it has a market price of $1.15, and while the overall market price has been more on the decline since the initial release, it's moving back up more progressively, and I've been seeing a few sales of these more often. I've sold 2 sets of this, as well as its corresponding order card, Game of the Underworld, which currently has 15 listings and a base price of $1. This one also had a massive fallout on its market price initially. It's currently around 1, but it's also resurging in value right now from a low of close to 40 cents. And in terms of where it's at right now, $1 is more common, and there are not too many quantities for each individual lister. There is another one that has been more consistently higher in value, the Cater Sanctuary variants like Divine Sister Financer, but there are lots of copies of this one. 39 listings available right now, but the base price is still 98 cents. And this one had a massive market price initially, over $8, which has dropped off quite significantly, but it's still holding around $1.50. And at this point, similar to what we saw with Sagacious, we're mostly seeing $1 to even $2.50 for the base prices. Of course, once we start getting into those who don't have free shipping on over 5, we start to see some lower prices in more quantity, but the vast majority of quantity available is more consolidated over $2. The corresponding order for Financer, Him Brimming with Mercy, also has over 37 listings and a base of $1. That one was also pretty expensive on the offset, but dropped off pretty drastically to a market price of about $1.50. This one is also up in value in comparison to its base value, consolidating closer to $2. So it's really just a matter of what the base pricing is for those who don't do their free shipping gifts. Now going a bit into Lyrical Monasterio. We've already talked about Michu quite a bit, so I want to shift gears and talk a bit more about the cards that have had buyouts from set 3. One of the biggest ones being Lutetia. Now, Nostria, which is a very prominent and big set 2 or grade 2 card from set 3, had buyouts that put it into the $30 range, but the new Lutetia is not very expensive. Right now, its base price is $1.95, and it has 26 listings available at this point. Market price is closer to $2, and while it did have a high of $15 in terms of sales, it's been selling as low as $1 as well. Consolidation-wise, it's $2 to $2.50 for the most part, and then we eventually move up to $3. And there is one closer to $2 with a lot of quantity available, so picking this up pretty cheap is pretty easy now. There's also Make-A-Wish Kyoka, where Archie is the big support card from set 3 that got buyouts for a while, but Kyoka herself is not too expensive to pick up, making the deck relatively easy to grab. The only other thing would be picking up the order cards similar to Lutetia. The market price on Kyoka right now is $3.13 and has low sales at $2 since release. So it's doing a little bit better than Lutetia in terms of low sale value, and its high price is $10. Overall, we're looking at a base high price of $2 up to $3. So it's actually doing better than Lutetia, just marginally at this point. Going into set 4 of Lyrical Monasterio, we also have one Night Witch Strega, which I haven't covered in a while, but the card is still holding its value on its triple rare and is still low in listings. 7 listings right now at $35 to start and a market price of $36.25. And overall, you can see the market price has trended upward, but it's kind of stayed stale for the last month. It's been selling as low as $22 in the last 3 months, but a high of $40. And in terms of the listings available, individual listings don't have that many quantities until you get to the final one, which is $55 for a full playset. Kyrie is also pretty popular when it comes to competitive play, and we're down to 3 listings on the triple rare of the grade 4, which comes out of Lyrical Set 2. And the market price is currently just around $10. However, the only available listings go from 20 to 24, and each one only has 1 copy. Kyrie has been long out of print and hasn't seen any reprints for quite some time, so it's no surprise that this happened, unlike with something like Seraph Pure Light, which did get reprinted. From reports I've heard, the most popular deck in the top 32 that we saw was SHJO Doji. And right now the deck is still pretty cheap to pick up in terms of its set 3 support cards, and the boss card itself is still not too expensive. Overall, the market price is still higher than its initial gain, but that market price has been more on a dip. Currently it's at $4.27, but in terms of availability, we're looking at about $3 for a lot of copies that are on the market. In terms of consolidation, though, the card has settled more around $4 plus. So if you're looking to pick this one up, SHJO Doji is looking to be one of the bigger decks out of the BCS format. So if you still haven't picked it up and were considering it, this is definitely a good time to do so, as I really don't think it can hold so low, being as popular as it is competitive. Stealth Bean Soo, which is the World Origin Stealth Perfect Guard you get out of Festival Collection 2024. Well, this had been $30 for a long time, and it's now down to 4 listings, as low as $45 when you consider shipping and handling. And there aren't many copies left on the market either. Between the 4 listings that are left, we've got $40 all the way to $100, which, I mean, Utsuroi exists too, so I don't think $100 is going to be an easy sell at all. but $40 plus is not too unusual given this is the highest rarity of Perfect Guard that you can use with SHJO Doji. Another buyout is Blackm. As if Set 2 Divine did not already have enough buyouts on its generics, now we're going to have to start dealing with decks that have more potential to be seen in BCS. And Blackm is down to 5 listings on its regular triple rare, starting at $20. And right now, when it comes to available listings, we've got 20 all the way to $30 with not many quantities available on the individual listings, and the market price has made its way up to $15. But ultimately, the market price is low, has more so been around 12 when it comes to the 3-month outlook. Brainwash Swirler is still up there in value, but overall it's not the massive hype that it used to be. Currently, the card is available for $15+, but given what happened with Yuika, I do want to keep this card in consideration, given just how much a lot of staples have been going up. There's been Yuika, Bobble Mine, so forth. Brainwash Swirler is still a solid card, being a nice power gain as well as a generic soul charge. Again, $15 pretty much across the board, including the full art reprint that we got from the BSF this year, and the SP is currently available for a low price of $20, but a market price of closer to $31.50. So watch out. The Quintessential Cup Quintuplets, these are still really cheap to pick up, but I did want to call out Yotsuba Nakano as one of the few units in D-Series, I think it's actually the only one right now, that has an alternate win condition for actually winning the game. For this one, if you have at least 14 or more different quintuplets in the... Or sorry, you need to have a total of 14 quintuplets and 7 different quintuplets at least, and if you have that at the beginning of your turn, then you just win the game. I see this get played every so often, more so as a meme, but ultimately, it's an interesting deck to play. And cheap. It's 85 cents to pick up for the... It's 85 cents on the lowest. Market price is currently almost $1. And in terms of quantity, that 85-cent listing has 17 copies. So if you are looking to build this deck just for the heck of it, it's cheap. Very cheap. Although you can't play the quintuplets for the... whatchamacallit? The Yumino Kesho Cup? I don't believe you can. I mean, it's cheap enough to just give it a try. Secret Maiden Poem Levrank. This is a Siana promo that got released a little while back. And currently, this one has a buyout on the foil right now, making it $25, but a market price of closer to $8.50. While there are 9 listings available on the regular one at around $5.50, but the market price is currently around $4 there. So just keep an eye out on that one. With Siana's new support that came out of Sparkling Stars, it's not too surprising. And Siana itself is a very unique sort of style of play. So, even so, it's easy to pick up the base rarity, so I wouldn't really buy into the foil unless you're really looking to bling it out. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.